a possible COVID mistrial for Ghislaine Maxwell.
G-Max, we said.
G-Max, yeah, a possible COVID mistrial.
What is a COVID mistrial?
Well, it could happen if the judge presiding over the Ghislaine Maxwell trial warned the courtroom yesterday that the swell of coronavirus cases in New York City could result in a mistrial. Manhattan federal court judge Allison Nathan said, quote, "We are seeing an astronomical spike in the number of COVID positive cases in New York City over the least 2 weeks due to the Omicron variant." And the judge spoke to jurors, though. The jurors apparently continued their private deliberations. They handed her a note around 5 p.m. yesterday, said they were heading close to a verdict, but they want to go home. So, I mean, I would not want to go home after. I just want to get this thing done. Here's what the jury said. "Our deliberations are moving along, and we are making progress," the note said. "We are at a good point and would like to end at 5 p.m. today and continue tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So they told the government and defense lawyers, the judge told the government and defense lawyers that she was preparing to order jurors to continue deliberating through the weekend until they reach a decision. So they better get this done. They are up against the clock, but her biggest concern right now, of course, is this idea that these COVID cases, if something strikes in your family and now you're home and you have to deal with a child because services are closed, it's not about the jury itself. It's like the extended family. And so what if now juror number 2 and juror number 4 have a family emergency because of COVID?
Right.
That's a mistrial.
Yes.
Like they don't have a bunch of alternative jurors. And so if they run rampant through this thing, they're screwed.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, all right, we're done. We have to start all over again. And interestingly, I mean, because Ghislaine has been in prison. She spent her 60th birthday there. She's been there for over a year now in prison.
Yes.
So this would have to start the whole process over again.
Of jury selection and all of that.
Can you imagine? And then she'd be there, stuck in prison while they go through that whole process again.
No,
and
I cannot.
And they may even go back to like virtual courtroom situation again.
Right.
You know, which is something they hadn't done for about a year now. So there's your news headlines this morning.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about, were you going to say something, David?
No, I was just, that's just interesting how this trial, all this information just conveniently keeps getting pushed back.
That's the things that make you go, Okay.